Disclaimer, this video is for educational and entertainment purposes only and does not promote or endorse the use of performance-enhancing substances.
Today we're going to just discuss the overview topic of SARMs. While they have been around for a long time, I'm still getting a lot of questions about them. So I just want to kind of go over some basic things of SARMs, and then I'm going to let you guys shoot me comments. I want to hear from you guys what your experiences are, what kind of research you've done personally, and what kind of questions you may have and how it's affected you in your bodybuilding. So I love hearing those kind of stories. So make sure you reach out, let me know, and we can kind of go back and forth on it. So what is SARMs? Selective Androgen Receptor Modulator System. Your body has these receptors for everything. Every chemical your body produces naturally has a receptor for that chemical, right? Androgen is no different. Your body produces test. The test in your body goes to these receptors. After a certain amount of time, those receptors, just like everything in your body, they become dull, less receiving. Some of it's just because of age. Some of it's because some of us are putting extra test in our bodies, extra androgen in our bodies, and that's causing them to dull faster. So what they found is they have a SARM pretty much for everything. They have a SARM for cardiovascular, right? That can help you as far as like when your cardiovascular health goes. Believe it or not, they've got SARMs for almost everything. SARMs are actually something that's prescribed quite often for people in a bunch of different ways that has nothing to do with bodybuilding, nothing to do with just androgen receptors. Anybody who's interested in boosting your physique while not taking actual test, that's the most common use of SARMs. I actually believe that you get the most benefit when you add tests to it. I'm not telling you to add tests to it. I'm gonna say this every time, do your research. I'm not promoting anything illegal. I'm simply saying what happened in my life, what I've done research with, what I've heard other stories of other people doing, that kind of stuff. I am not telling you in any way, shape, or form to try anything illegal at all. Do your own research, figure out what's right for you, talk to a doctor. If you were taking tests, hypothetically, again, you would have receptors get a lot faster dull to them, right? So what happens is you take the SARM and it opens up the receptors like you've never had tests in your body before. And then all of a sudden out of nowhere, boom, your results are 10 times better. A lot of people don't realize the reason you cycle on and off of testosterone is because of the receptors. It's because of that. That's the main thing. Otherwise, you could just take tests forever and never get off and always have the muscle. The problem is the body gets used to it like anything else. If you drink caffeine every day, your receptors become dull to stimulants. The same thing happens with tests. So what you have to do, if you so choose to, you want to take the SARM and kind of do it like midway through a cycle is what I used to do. Basically, through a cycle, let's say 6 weeks in, I would begin a small SARM regimen. And with that, I would basically find that it's like I just started my cycle again. And for the rest of the cycle, I'm just basically breaking through new barriers that I wasn't able to do because my androgen receptors are no longer being doled out by these, right? Which is super important, especially if you've been doing this for 20 plus years. Me personally, I started back in the 90s and it's been a long time. So my receptors are quite dull. But thankfully with SARMs, I'm able to keep progressing and do what I need to do and get the results I want to get using regular TRT and not having to feel like I need to up doses of anything, which is key because what is most common in most people is, let's say the average person starts off with a dose of like 500 milligrams of test on a weekly basis, right? That seems to be the most common thing I always hear from people. You do that for a couple years and then you're like, I'm no longer receiving the benefits that I was receiving. What can I do? Well, what you naturally do is go to 750, go to 1,000. But what if there was a world you didn't have to do that? What if there was a world where instead of adding a shit ton of side effects and a shit ton of problems, you were able to do something that just took what you were taking and magnified it? That's what a SARMs is. All right, guys, shoot some comments below. I'm not gonna go any further than this because I really wanna go more detailed into selective SARMs. I wanna go into like, what's RAD 140? What can it do for you? What's Osterin? What can it do for you? Why would I take one over the other? Shoot comments below. I'll answer those questions best I can and I'll break down some of these so you can kind of get a better idea of what would help your research for these kind of things. Again, I am not promoting anything illegal. I am simply saying what's happened, what I've seen for research, and you do your research.